We haven't seen this size of a contingency fund before. Typically, contingency funds run around $1 billion a year, not eight, right? So this is extraordinary.
This unspent money comes amid the backdrop of ballooning wait times at Ontario emergency rooms. CityNews viewers have been reaching out in recent days, alerting us to long wait times at Sick Children's Hospital. You have parents last night waiting 10 hours at sick kids. The critics would say, why don't you spend some of that contingency fund on the healthcare system now?
We are. And these are very uncertain times, and that's why it's always the prudent thing to do, to make sure that we've got contingencies in place so that we can face any challenge that we may have. I'd also take back to the budget where we've increased the funding for healthcare and long-term care by historic and unprecedented amounts.
While being prudent is never a bad thing, the unspent money will likely put pressure on the Ford government to loosen the purse strings, not only with healthcare, but also with contract negotiations as regards teachers and educational support staff.
We build in some prudence to fund any uncertainties that might happen, not just in our healthcare system, but clearly we're in uncertain economic times, and that's the prudent thing to do, and I wouldn't be doing my job if I didn't do that.
Indeed, the FAO believes Ontario is teetering on the brink of a recession.
We think we're close. And if there is another shock to the system, if we have, whatever, some big spike in oil prices, or there's some, another lockdown, God forbid there's another lockdown, even if there's another big lockdown in China that will have an effect on the global economy, that could be enough just to tip us into recession.
Still, opposition parties say the government should be spending money on important priorities today.
We've got Bill 124 not repealed yet. That money being paid out to healthcare workers could have prevented this crisis.
A $40 billion contingency fund is basically telling the people of Ontario, we're not going to tell you how we're going to spend your tax dollars. People deserve better than that.
This is City News Everywhere.